good, but it's a, yeah, no. Why? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, using the body as an antenna. I kept thinking of myself as an instrument. How funny was that? I'm gonna grab that weight. So what I'm doing is just taking an inventory that by the time I've finished my day, I will have just come to a state of just physical. So yeah, and I've been, so yeah, whatever. I had a little PTSD thing yesterday. That's obviously gonna whack the bod. I completely had a whack. Sleeping in the car, throwing up from the just been kind of I haven't really. Yeah. Yeah. There's no way that 3 of those little airplane lines would have caused projectile vomiting. Fuck you. There's no way. There had to be something in that pill. Especially smoking as much pot as I do. Pot is anti-nausea. Like that must have been something to make me throw up like that. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I began to think of my isekai, no pain ever. Why would we ever accept any level of pain as a standard? Where are our standards? Yeah. Mm. Mm. I would start to experiment with stuff like reading scripture, otherwise die. I could not do such a thing. I could not function at all on any sort of written word or even verbal. Yeah. I was at the worst of the psychosis. I was like, I couldn't pray. I couldn't believe that I went to a place where I couldn't pray. It's so hard for people who have never been there to understand that you cannot form a sentence or complete concept in your mind that isn't just a part of that vicious cycle of thought. So that I would realize that every attempt I made to pray was actually just reinforcing that. Because the way we're taught to pray is verbal. This is whatever you want to call it. You can call it prayer, you can call it devotion. I'm not gonna, I think we're gonna have this huge, fascinating conversation about what we're gonna call stuff. Rest assured that I am praying right now. And then they introduce we and trusting Isekai. Listen to your music. I work out my stuff listening to you, and we make something new. Mash up. Yeah, that's the primary sin, is pride. You know, your sins of the flesh, you know, per C.S. Lewis, whoever that was. No, it was C.S. Lewis. I don't know who it was, actually, but sins of the flesh are a walk in the park next to sins of the heart. And that's the problem that we collectively have. Anybody that can genuinely believe it's okay to cut into a woman, steal her eggs, and have children without her permission is having a serious spiritual problem, right? And those folks are going to need to do some work. I'm going to need to do my work with my little team. Yeah. The love of power, you know, the love of like, the power of like stalking people, you know. It's perverted and you know it. You loved it. You jacked off to it. You violated people again and again and again and again and again. You know? That's something you're going to have to deal with. It's going to have to be done. Or your little second coming or doomsday machine, depending on how we connect spiritually as a human race within 7 generations. I know, right? That's always such a cheerful thing to be like, hey, don't shoot the messenger. I know I'm going to do this till everybody's sick of it. Guy. That's really creepy. That's going to be the tough stuff. So, whatever work that I do within a trusted circle can be templatized for other folks. Everything we're doing with the one is done with the intention and purpose of creating something that can be shared. But regardless, because that's what was revealed in all of these drawings. In this drawing in particular, I was drawing this way even. Like, there never is not a dynamic relationship between currents and flows and the structures that they move up against. And that is the lovemaking that is the world. To know that sweet. Yeah, that sweet sorrow of being human. If we all didn't have a little piece of that, like, we wouldn't move desire towards what's better. And it's just, we have these systems, these veils of deceit and the lava, the horrible vision. But then see, I saw that, but then I also saw the vision of tissues that can be repaired. So I'm absolutely certain that I'm only I'm in my place. I'm absolutely certain that this is what I should do all day long, most days. Heita, you too. But you love auto mechanics. Isai, and these children, this, not children, this, yes, children. I'm going to say it's children. I'm going to call it for what it is. Boy toys. I don't mean girls. I mean the little, this isn't just the little guy or girl, but usually it's a guy, now come on. It's all like grabbing the dump truck in the sand and be like, and we are creating this opportunity to just like nerd out, geek out. What is that? That show's so funny. Mythbusters. I'm just like, that is such a dude thing. But even the girl on there is such a dude. It's masculine energy versus feminine energy ultimately, right? When we see this in our data, he's high. Nobody will be worried about it. It's a dude thing. Whether you're a woman or a man, it's a dude thing. And it's one of those like pinups. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want to get out of the office and blow up rockets in the desert. And quite frankly, we'd rather be rid of you for the weekend. Rid of you for the weekend. Rid of you for the weekend because we go spa while you go shoot. While you go launch. Underwater pimped rides, launch them off a deck, off a, what is it called? The gangplank. What was that in Hermosa Beach? The gangplank. What's it called? Pier. I have to be careful because I get loud, but I can't talk to you without these on my head because I get self-conscious. Yeah. 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 Where did the other one go? Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's alright. So funny. This little voice thing. I remember the first time I just told this story. I remember the first time that I tried like singing to the DVD player in there. I couldn't figure out how to get the television. And I started to be like, ah, la, la. I was like, listen, honey, the inner child, you're like kind of pulling the 5-year-old. Honey, let me try to deal with that because I don't think you can sing to the television. I get that way with the computer. I'm like, oh, what is that? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it feels so much better. Tisai. That's tisai. I hear that word a lot. Ita. Ita is, I think, Ishtar Easter guitar. I know, right? It's just a matter of saying we should do that. Yeah, ID. I know this ID stuff that I'm talking about. Yeah, they're saying it's easy. I know it is, right? I've already done all this stuff. Yeah. It doesn't want to be free that way. They're playing Lano cheesy. Yeah, I just want to be myself, and I want people to love me for who I am, for fuck's sake. Here she comes. Rocket science. I know. It just cracks me up. Like, just the flipping it over from, we've given them all the tools. Why aren't they more active? To, they're fucking giving us the data on the kind of life they want to live. Let's just design a system that provides for awesome food that everybody wants to Instagram. Top stitch clothes that everybody wants to wear. It's like, yeah, sign me up. What a cool life. I want wait to pull this arm down. What do we have that's heavy? Yeah. These are. Oh, I'm gonna have. Oh, that's a good idea. I made this no, I can't. Oh, I see. Hi. Easy. This is a secret. I so very easy to also to tie as I integrate into my workout. This work, I already did this work. I see, like I know that people know how to do this stuff. This is how you make a thing. It's like I never tried. I didn't even try. I just was like, I gotta do this. Hey, it's particular neighborhoods. I keep eyes from this commercial interests. Make sure I take it. This says my sign. Yes, this me, I smell too. Very powerful. Hi, this I you guys see that here. Ready? Hey, ready? Hey. I was expecting to see. Oh dear. Do you understand? Yes, Hey. It's back here. It's back here. It's back in you. It's mine. Hey, it's a time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Inside. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's go get fucking okay. Yeah, that I am. It's heels. Okay. It's okay. Da. Right. Just saying. It's a orange. Is that it? Can I see that one? Yeah. I'm looking so busy to the just. Yeah. Yeah. I know, right? Of course, girls. Let's do this. Yeah, that was. Yeah. Yeah. Just reversal. Yes, it's not reversal, but it's more than reversal. It's spiral. It's positive, negative energy. Something. But it's not cancel. You cannot cancel. Right. We don't want to cancel exactly. That's why the angels sing, no tear has ever been. Is in vain. Say in Thai, you're not stronger. Not stronger. It doesn't kill you, make you stronger, stupid people. But yes, you bring your feminine energy. Yes, with this up in our it's not equal opposite reaction. It's desire. It's a gateway. This the more violent, the bigger the opening, the fastest. The rest. Get that. Yeah. It's love. And there's things. Okay, great time. And you can also this physics surfaces you see IITK algorithm these people they say we can do choreography. It's like we make ritual, data ritual. Hey? Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Just look at my body. Just stressful days. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna turkey bomb DC. I'm coming to see for Thanksgiving. And I wanted a turkey bomb. Butterball. Everybody. Who else? Butterball. Foster rooms. We're turkey bomb with humanly treated frozen turkeys. Because on message. I know how you made me feel. It says digital, you made me fall in love with it. No one. Is that tired? This trigger, this my hey, my king. Is I? Yeah, this offering, see? This, yes, I keep coming back to natives. I know, they know this. Itai. I'm gonna be all like, okay, what are we doing? Because I just kind of stumbled upon this, and I know you know. see, I got this pillowcase with an empty coffee can with a hooded sweatshirt that I burned, turned into a candle. And I thought you might have some thoughts on what I might want to do with it. And they'd be like, oh, that's what is it, a talisman? What is it? I don't even know. Yeah, anyway, I made a secret object. It's my first armband. But it wasn't like a painting. I like specifically just made this. It's it's dry. It's I am baby. And the feeling is when you wayfinder stickers is that kind is which are going to be actors in large part, the people that have already been doing this kind of work. They're just under we're acting instead of saying we're just turning our collective attention to embodying as a ritual, in a shared ritual. And especially if you've got, every actor came from somewhere, right? Every famous actor, whatever. So, Ava's gonna have, some meetings with people in key neighborhoods to sort of just show what that's gonna be about. But then that will then become, social viral. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, tell me we get Jeff to speak. Yes. I've always been intrigued by that idea of there's something about that chance encounter with a stranger, which of course in my life was always orchestrated, but the heart is there. That's how I've resolved a lot of my personal psychological issues, is just, and we will collectively resolve, is by focusing on the brand and the values and the attributes. As much as it makes our skin crawl, not all the shit. It's really hard to stay focused on the positive, but we must. We must. So you can be like, okay, well, it's hard when you find out, like, oh my God, when I was 15, I listened to that song 5,000 times, and find out that, that wasn't actually a person, it was a character, it wasn't actually, tight. So to just focus on the creative work and say, somebody wrote that song. Oh, and they confirmed. I have met my son. And he's in good hands. He's a cute kid. He's such a wugga. He's a total wugga. It was funny too. I remember speaking with that person. I'm not going to name names, but yeah. And yeah. I don't know if Scott knows now yet or not that it's his. My understanding was that he had done a donation a long, long time ago when he was a teenager, probably just by the Ziploc thing when he lost his virginity, even that early. Anyway, so he has a son. I hope he knows that. Isn't that weird? It's so messed up to be like, I can't, it's so horrifying that happened, but then at the same time you're like, but what a cute kid, and can we just please, move on? Because it sounds like there were a lot of kids that didn't get treated well. They were bred and then mistreated, and that's something I take into prayer now every day. Yeah. Amen. There's a bucking. He and his girlfriend, his virginity, when they lost their virginity, they didn't have a condom, so he used a Ziploc. But yeah, anybody could grab a condom out of the trash from subsequent visits, subsequent donations. And they've obviously been freezing everybody's stuff. Easy to get sperm samples from young boys. I can't believe I'm not sick of this song. Because I'm happy. He wears this kind of hat, doesn't he? Would I be doing it if I didn't want to do it? I'm fucking excited. We can be on the same page. Alright, a little cardio blast before I quit. It was just something that his family and my family negotiated. So gross. Like we were cattle. I'm just said a prayer for him and Scott today. He's so young that he could actually have the experience of raising one of his own children with a woman or a man. Whoever he's into. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Ah. Yeah, I take it. Yeah, this is like yeah. Can we just set large? I really want to do that. Madonna, not to preach. Yeah. Oh. What are we calling it? What's the thing that they do in sports? The summer boot camp or whatever. The training season. We're in the training season. Oh, you're saying Beyonce's saying to drop it low? Alright. She's going to be one of my fierce coaches. Yeah. Which, of course, is probably just a bunch of nerds. Playing me like a puppet. Which only feels fantastic when you're in the summer. There's like, I don't think that too many ICK as a program. That's all you have to do is make sure that the energy director it's an array. Oh, beautiful. muscle until it just shakes. Which, as you get stronger, you can bend deeper, lift the leg higher. It's never like the difference between like this workout, right? Probably a 6-inch difference. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. It's cute. Beautiful. I'm really in great shape. Totally over. And that's stuff that most of us just have to grin and bear it. Because we're grown-ups, right? Being 40, 50, 60 by definition means some amount of pain, right? Isn't that just a given? I don't think so. I think we're going to live really long lives like this. And I'm so excited about, like, you know, they're doing it with me, they're monitoring vitals. But ID can do the same thing, and it's fine if it's implant, as long as fucking people are in control of the technology. It's this that's the human rights violation. Yeah. I also anticipate we'll have a rapid change in language. I think that this is sort of accessing a level of common verbal sounds, and that brand stuff with imagery is going to create this sort of Twitter speak that, you know, you'd be able to. Yeah, it's really exciting. I just know that's the case. I have no reason to know that. So again, my team will take those kind of things. Perfect example. Like I say something, I'm like, I'm 1,000% sure of that. That would be like, okay, we should test that. And you don't test it with me. You test it away from me and just see. Like, and that's what this is about. This is great. Like, nurturing creative thought is like planting and harvesting. And then you just, the harvest is different every year. The or every flow session, you know, some of it's going to be good, some of it's going to be garbage. But that's what you do. And you don't test spirit. You take the harvest at the key, whatever happens in flow, and then you set up your social experiments. Because there's no way for me to know what is media memory versus actual spiritual experience versus my own creative imagination. There's no way for me to know that. And that was how I got to this place of design work. The psychosis, I couldn't resolve anything at a mental or emotional level, so I decided not to decide. I said, I will just accept that I'm inhabiting a space where I don't know. But you do. I had to, because that's the way it was. I adapted. Classic Jesus story. I decided this whole thing and I didn't recognize it when she was living it. Anyway. Everyone has been traumatized. Can be so comforted in knowing that not a single, not one soul is lost, not one injustice go unresolved. Not on. It can't be. It's the fabric that I'm talking about. Because God doesn't make promises that He doesn't keep. He can't keep. That's faith. That's my Christian faith. That what we need to, we have different layers, and we have this very, very complex network of garbage, spiritual garbage. It's not a system thing, right? You have to understand that it is a one by one, hand-beaded, couture gown of a project. This is that piece that every designer, that's the last one in their renovation, right? It's that, oh my God, dress. That's at every top stitch. One of the community projects we're going to be working on, because there's no way around hard work, ever. But the work is joy when we're centering together. It's just repairing the fabric if we're in alignment. It's horrible and awful and confusing, and if it's done willy-nilly, Billy, it was done to me. You didn't know this willy-nilly. I'm not judging. Because it's built to scale by definition. Never. Maybe if you were outlandish, burning man, dressing a big burning woman. Sure, whatever you guys are into, whatever you want to do. Fly your freak flags. Abe is on her way. All you have to do is just send a video and just say, okay, what are we doing when we get there? Okay, what am I wearing? And then you send me a little preparation. This is what we're going to do. Then we're going to roll Abe out. Okay. I'll be like, okay, is that me or is that one of you? No. Just give me the like though. Give me the creative. Look at the yeah. I'll be like, okay, I got a few thoughts. This creative dude. He's like, so that's just the good news. Is that it's beautiful, delicate, special, incredible. It's the most beautiful dress you've ever seen, and we could make one in every neighborhood. And beauty, just that woman's work, and I discovered that it is so powerful because it always has been women's work, right? It's not about gender roles, feminine. It's not about any of that. It's memory. It's memory in our ancestors. That's always been women's work. Washing and cleaning and sewing and weaving and So there's something in this thing. Having Ava go learn how to basket weave and like on the piece, I can't let out this, yes. I keep saying pajama, that's not the right word. The little dolls so smart. Please forgive me. When I'm in Florida, I'm not in fact checking. Hey. Or improving my Photoshop layers. Oh. Fucking on my case. It's fucking letting me be creative. So that's why, that's why like a theater is burning. They're always so annoying. Eating here would be so annoying. I'm so shrimp that was really short. But this is how I normally keep it going. And I'm also when I have money, I do edible instead of this one, but it's kind of sort of steady, not springs. Okay, I'm gonna move out of body, am I? Or am I gonna do some more? Okay. Sure, let's draw. Okay, oh, look at the flow. Uncomfortable feelings. another problem that when I have a studio, I can't leave things. I was so afraid of leaving things. I was traveling with my birth certificate and passport, but every time I go out, the cab's ready to like all the time. I don't think you need things. This is, I think it's knew they were doing it some of the time. And that's the worst, because if they were doing it some of the time, they're doing it all the time, right? There's no, like, because if you don't assume that, then you get hurt repeatedly. So you just be like, okay, guards up. It's just really logical. You want to breed human beings the wrong way. Make them live like that all the time. Every time an entrepreneur goes to get shark money, well, why not? You know, you'd be like, wait, I'm really interested in finding out what this is about. This is not about you, like, being on edge. This is about us having a conversation. In fact, we're going to invite many people into the neighborhood so that they can just walk with us and really connect to people's special interests, not like the creepy ones. Just be like, yeah, because it gives them pleasure, right? Their hard work, not being like, oh man, I'm Mr. Billionaire, I'm such a nice guy. Not like that. It's just like chill. Just like, we're all just here to just like do this, and it's stone soup. Everybody just bring what you got, and we make something beautiful. That's what wooing is about. Wooing the client. And we have particularly devious but transparent tactics. We're going to work up the pleasure triggers every single system and say, what is it about the automobile that you love? Because America, USA, is automobile culture, right? So we want to green that stuff up, and we want it to be green because we don't want to be, that's your real threat to, any system that's built on a resource that they don't actually have. Doesn't make any sense. So we'll green the whole thing up just so we get off the, fossil fuel slavery. Duh. That's just a given, right? Smart people everywhere know that we've got to quit that shit. It's destroying me. Which is, okay, right, just smart people, that's a given. Where was I going? So, if and when we use cars, they'll be green. But in terms of infrastructure, in terms of the pleasure of an experience, like, do you love driving to the salon? Or would you love to be able to just walk to a killer salon and that would be fine? Or would you love it if, a salon truck, super pimpin', gorgeous, rolled into your rural neighborhood if you're not in a position, or whatever the situation is. So what part about that experience do we need to focus on for driving? And then just start to eliminate stuff, right? And just be like, yeah, I mean, and I'm guessing, here's my hypothesis, is that when you're running kids around, when you're picking up dry cleaning, when you're getting salon appointments and dentist appointments and all that kind of stuff, my guess is there's zero driving pleasure there. And once we get those services closer to people in local pods that are organized in such a way that we're maximizing return on investment, and it would be so much less expensive for each neighborhood to just have a professional dentist in residence. That would be the cheapest thing in the world, and would completely eliminate the outrageous costs associated with dental care, which for some reason in our healthcare system, teeth are not counted as being part of the body. I'm not quite sure, but dental insurance and vision is extra. You're like, why? I definitely need the teeth to chew the food that goes into the digestive system. To me, those seem connected. Call me crazy. Anywho. Okay. Bye. So, the pleasure principle. So we go through our things and just say, why? Because people are motivated to do things that are pleasurable. It's very, very simple. And the more you align the things that we need to get done with pleasure, the more rapidly they'll get done. So the whole business, that whole unfortunate sort of spiritual thing that we're going to have to deal with in terms of some of the garbage that came, the reason why this whole antenna came about. Wonderful, beautiful, we're really excited about turning this thing into something awesome, perfect, but there's a hell of a lot of corruption and garbage and crap that people are going to have to deal with. And we're going to have to figure out a way to do that, sort of in a way that is efficient and it doesn't have to be so fucking scary. Like when you try to do therapy, one person is very lonely. If you do it, and I'm not talking about group therapy, I'm talking about doing life together. The cost of having someone come alongside one of those homeless people and say, we're going to contact your social network, whoever is in your life, and I just think that's a good project for us to do. Like, let's take the corrections place, let's take the downtown area right next to the Broadway project. Perfect, right? Because everybody's there. Everybody's going to be there, from our bigwigs to our homeless people, which in our sustainable living system, there's no difference. Bigwig and homeless guy need a place to pee. I'm not trying to be stupid. I'm just trying to say that once you do that, then you can just be really consistent about making sure that services are where they need to be and are being offered in the most cost-effective, efficient way possible. Likewise, the people actions, the way we're going to work things out. It's all this new science, and we're going to try to figure it out. And my guess is that we could follow any one person's trail backwards and figure out where the system failed, and figure out a very easy way to get it solved, because I have now known through personal experience that for a lot of these people, it's just one really stupid thing that if we just solved that, would put them in a productive place. So we had my little coffee example. If I am a mental health patient and completely dependent on brain balance, and you've got somebody who consistently has a problem with something as easy to get to them as a cup of coffee, right? So now we're using our noggins. Now we're using one-on-one engagement. I mean, one person to one person, working it out until we stop paying $80,000 a year per inmate, and it's I think $45,000 per homeless person shelter for nothing, for a system that brings them in at annual cost, churns more of them out. What business would run this way? And the reason why the business runs this way is because it's been outsourced to the private contractors. And what was that? Yeah, I think that was Stephen's way. We've been hiring professional mercenaries with our tax dollars to imprison our own people. So, April 2016, common sense. As all the MILFs and sucker moms and fierce ladies say, shut the fuck up. We are running this show and we are going to tell you how you are going to love it. Chaka Khan. Tell me something, kid. And he's all like, can we work on that budget again? And I'm really, are you sure? We could spend a little bit here, but you want me to be conservative, don't you? Oh no, spend. I need $1 billion in my G-string. No G-strings. Keep it in class. It's just the idea. It's not the actual thing. That is a true striptease. That's the vaudeville. Like, it was never about the thing. It was always about the idea, which is so much bigger and sexier. And on that note, as I said, no, I'll just stop this video. And we'll start again when I get some. And so when we get the equipment set up, it should just be something that I can switch on and off. Because I get so